And then I was going to talk about how cheating is okay. For 10, what should we put? I have those. What up, what's happening, everybody? My name is Charles Blades, and this is the Current Game Podcast. I am joined today by the magnanimous Aaron Weeks. How's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you?
So cool, she doesn't even need a nickname, Cheyenne Clark.
What's up?
And the only man I know with more high school yearbook signatures than Alabama Senator Roy Moore.
Extremely rude.
He didn't get elected.
Oh, really?
Oh my God!
Wow.
David Morgan. How's it going, buddy?
That's would have been better.
That would what are you doing here? You're not usually here.
No, I'm home for the holidays.
Home for the holidays.
Home
That's a
for
Carrie
the
Underwood
holidays.
song, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Carrie Underwood, to be honest.
Back
That's
from
why
back
I
from
bet.
Columbus, soon to be a Christmas boy.
What is back to Columbus sounds like a Dixie Chick song.
What's with you?
I only know
fucking
one, and it's
country
Wide Open
singers?
Spaces.
Well, no, you know the I'm not ready to make right. Aaron, you're familiar with that one?
No.
No? You're not a big fan of Dixie Chicks?
No.
What about
No.
Gretchen Wilson?
Can't, no.
Isn't
Can't
that
say I
the
recognize
redneck
that.
woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Ain't that the
Well,
redneck woman?
Shania Twain.
They
That's the real
played that
queen.
on my school bus.
Did they?
Always country music.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We got a good show for you this week. I don't know, that's debatable. I'll talk to you at the end of it. We're gonna
If
be
this
talking.
was an anime, this would be the episode where like they just go through the entire
like the
show up
recap.
until that point.
This is a
And you're, like,
recap.
skip.
This is like the Moments episode of the
Yeah.
sitcom where like
Filler.
Scrubs, like there's the filler
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes,
Remember that?
exactly.
Yeah, there was like a whole like retrospective
Yeah.
episode.
And they make fun of it during the episode. They break the fourth wall. That's great. But this first story we have here, speaking of breaking the fourth wall, we'll get to that in a second. Actually, never mind. I thought it was the
Fucked
story.
it.
This story, yeah, fucked it. That's a good way to describe what the FCC
Yeah.
did to net neutrality, David.
Or rip.
By a vote of 2-3, the Federal Communications Commission.
Let me stop you right there.
Yep.
How many people live in the U.S.?
330 million.
And we have a vote of 5 people.
Well, I mean, that's how representation
Except
works.
we didn't elect these people.
Well,
they were
yeah.
appointed.
We elected the people that elected them.
I just want to say that this is a bad system.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it did a good thing. I'm not saying it worked properly. I'm just saying like
this
these...
democracy has failed in this.
Oh
instance.
yeah, for sure. But anyway, basically they made net neutrality, which is the idea that internet providers must allow you to openly get information from whatever source, not like limiting them based on where it's coming from and stuff like that. Voted to end FC rules that help protected that and classified as a Schedule 1 communications provider. So
Awesome.
I don't know how we feel about that. I'm going to assume negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think anyone who's educated on what net neutrality actually is and doesn't just parrot the less government regulations is against this, because there's no universe where this favors the customer, like, at all. People say, oh, I can pay for better internet. No. You'll pay for the internet that you already have, and then the people who don't pay that will have shittier internet than you. It'd be like if we were on the highway and the speed limit was 70 miles an hour and it's normal, and then all of a sudden they put up toll booths every 5 miles for the right 2 lanes, but if you paid an extra highway fee, you could just go straight through on the left lane. Like, you're not going any faster.
Damn, this would have been a better analogy if like they put up toll booths, but only for like blue cars. That would have been a better analogy.
What? Just because? Why blue cars?
Because it's like it doesn't matter where it's coming. Like the lane, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I interrupted. That was very bad.
That's okay. But it's
Also, I don't see how that's better.
I'm not
He
gonna.
had an analogy.
It's okay.
I thought you were gonna say blue cars.
That's fine.
Can you do it again, but say blue
don't
cars?
Predictive text me ever again. But no, it's a terrible idea, and probably we won't see this actually be a problem for the next few months. People are going to say, oh, it actually didn't do anything. Look, I was right. And people are going to be up on their high horse. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, what's this new fee? Why is Facebook loading slow? Why is this site not working the way I want it to?
Facebook, like, I don't feel like that's a good example, to be totally honest, because Facebook is so ubiquitous that, like, they're not going to throttle Facebook. Like, I feel like the problem comes in when it comes to, like, smaller sites or sites that are just starting up or sites that don't, like, because basically the way it's going to work now is that, like, sites are going to be broken out if this, like, all happens, and it will. Sites are going to be broken up like how cable channels are broken up. So, like, if you buy the basic cable package, you get ESPN, you get Cartoon Network, you get Nickelodeon, you get all that, like, that's all Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, you get all that stuff. But it's like the lesser known channels, or in this case, the lesser known, like, internet websites, where, like, innovation really comes from, are all what's gonna, like, they're not gonna be in the basic package. Or the bigger thing is, like, gaming itself, like, will be segmented off, because that uses so much bandwidth. That like, yeah.
Well, I'm on a pretty small ISP right now. It's called Wide Open Web. It's like only based a Wide Open West.
Wide open.
The smallest. It's between them and Spectrum, which is Time Warner now.
Yep.
In my city, and I'm on them. I'm very.
You're lucky enough to have two.
I'm very interested to see how they handle this. I don't think they have the clout to throttle anything, so
they probably don't even have the infrastructure. They can't even figure it out.
Maybe I lucked out. Maybe I'll be fine. I don't know. But to people who only have like one option and it's like Comcast, you're fucked. Like that's it. So
Aaron, what's your internet situation like?
I have a Spectrum.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's probably not going to be good.
Rip. Time Warner was literally one of the people who was like stopped by this. Am I wrong? Or was that?
Funny. Like everybody was stopped by it, but I think it was either Verizon or Time Warner. Like originally, when these things were going through, a bunch of ISPs put up a pledge that they wouldn't even though net neutrality rules were anything, they wouldn't like take. But like one of them like literally took it off their website. It was like the funniest thing. I can't remember if it was Time Warner or Cheyenne. Do you have any thoughts about this?
I hope that if this happens, which if Congress doesn't do anything to stop it.
Why do you think that?
Why won't they? Because they could not find CHIP, which provides healthcare to little kids.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
They're not gonna.
I think in 2018, when the blue wave is in full force,
and Donald Trump is still president.
No, he will be, but Congress will be.
Yeah, but Congress needs to have a law passed by them. I can do. It's just a bill. Sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, fucking silver lining, but I don't think there is one.
But no, I'm afraid of what could happen to like educational resources and like research. Like, you know, is that going to be you're going to pay
leapfrog
ridiculous amounts to be able to get to these like resources?
What if we
your job, for your school?
What if everybody just stopped paying their internet bills?
I mean, what if we all start paying taxes? Like, I don't know. This isn't gonna fucking happen.
We'll just do like an Atlas Shrugged thing, you know?
Yeah, this isn't gonna.
Oh yeah, thanks, Ayn Rand.
Yeah, try it.
I was talking to people at work about it, and they're all just like, well, whatever, man. Like, I just won't pay for social media, or I won't pay for internet.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll just stop using it.
Please fuck my ass.
Okay.
Take away my fucking websites.
Awesome.
I just won't pay for it.
The biggest like innovation in like, you know, speech and connecting with other people. And
what I don't understand though is how is this going to affect things on your phone, like on the go? Like,
well, on your phone, the phone does not have net neutrality. Like they throttle things on your phone. Like
okay, so it already doesn't matter
on your phone when you have 4G, like it's 4G except when you're streaming video that gets throttled to 480p. But there's already not net neutrality rules on your phone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That is very true.
Interesting.
And then also, like, I feel like going back to what you were saying about like it's stifling innovation and stuff like that. The even more I feel like concerning part, which kind of ties into what we're talking about next, is like Comcast owns like NBC. Therefore, like, are they going to start like maybe like throttling Fox or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like in theory, like vertical integration of these telecommunications companies could like provide like skewed like news or skewed like there's I mean that's like taking it to like the darkest extreme, but it could also just be like Fox doesn't own it anymore because let's get on to the next story. But like NBC owns Netflix, they don't. But like then does maybe Hulu stream like worse, but Netflix is fine on there. Like and it's all like kind of fucked up shit like that. It's all very.
We're fucking full 1984, dude.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, don't say scientific based or
research
based.
That's what I'm talking about. CDC
or fetus.
See that, Aaron?
Fetus.
CDC cannot use any of these words in any of their research.
The Center for
it's in their budget proposals.
Oh, okay. And other HHC companies can.
Why?
Because
you don't.
Fetuses are people.
Yeah,
Aaron.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, this next story, I don't know. Is about Disney acquired 21st Century Fox Film and TV Studios and Landmark D. Landmark Deal and Landmark D.
He's one step closer to ruling everything.
That's right, yeah.
So basically in this, they don't, like, it's easier to list what they don't get. They don't get, like, Fox, like, channel, like, Fox. They don't get Fox News, and then they don't get Fox Sports.
I wish they did.
Are the biggest things that they don't get. But
what they have done with Fox News?
I don't know, it'd be very interesting. Apparently there was like Trump like personally called Roger Ailes to ask him if he was selling Fox News to Disney.
Oh my god.
That was the whole thing. But yeah, so basically Disney is gonna acquire the rights to
get that thing off the fucking screen.
the porg.
Get that porg out.
Disney is gonna acquire the rights to basically all Fox's media enterprises. So basically, the biggest things, of course, are X-Men and what's the other one? That's fucking not the X-Men. That's on. Oh, the Deadpool. Or in like the superhero realm to do the Marvel movies and stuff like that. Then also they're getting. I think honestly the biggest thing is Fox owned 30% in Hulu, and Disney owned 30% in Hulu. So now Disney owns 60% in Hulu, so Disney owns Hulu. Which I assume will be, like, the Disney movies are going to be on Hulu
Good
now.
thing
Right?
I have Hulu.
Yeah, so, like, it doesn't
Actually,
really...
this all sucks.
Like,
this is
no,
bad.
it's awful.
So, yeah, this is all... I don't know. How do you guys feel about this, Aaron?
Isn't there, like, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's been... Like, if it's official, isn't Disney working on coming out with their own streaming service?
Yeah, but, like, now people are kind of, like, thinking that, like, they might just funnel that all into Hulu.
Okay,
kind of thing. And, like, maybe rebrand it as something, but, like, they already have the infrastructure set up now that they wholly own Hulu.
They literally just made that deal with Netflix, like, not that long ago. And then now they're, movies are going to be taken down from that and then moved to Hulu or moved to something else.
Yeah, but does this frighten you?
I mean, surface level, it's pretty cool because, like...
Yeah, you have that dual mind thing where it's like, oh, the X-Men are going to be Marvel movies, but also vertical integration could kill all freedom of humanity.
Fucking Disney's a monopoly now, basically, but... Yeah, it's scary.
There's also, like, stuff, like, they now, like, is like 40% of, like, Hollywood revenue in big budget movies are now owned by Disney.
Yeah, they're one of, like, the 5 existing major studios.
Yeah, it's like, So, yeah. Any thoughts?
Fucking
Scared.
Scared.
We need to work on our, like, laws about monopolies.
This is literally just...
to kind of,
like...
deal with this.
There must be some kind of bubble forming. I don't know what I would call it. But, like... These fucking, like, the top, like, 5 biggins. Like, Disney, fucking, like, Time Warner. Like, how much can you absorb before it becomes unmanageable? Like, how many companies can be under the fucking mouse before it all just comes crumbling down and they can't... Like, are they just gonna, like assimilate... Like, half the fucking country's workforce for all of these different projects that they're working on? Like,
I don't think half the country works in, like, entertainment, but, like...
Give it time, dude. We'll have the fucking, I don't know. It freaks me out, and I don't really give a fuck about, like, X-Men or Deadpool. Yeah. I don't care
I don't, but I heard somebody talking about it was on Reddit, somebody posting that, like, Deadpool is, like, known for breaking the fourth wall, and I don't know how familiar you are with
I mean, I knew that.
But, like, if he gets integrated in the Marvel movies, because they're going to recast all the X-Men. It's not going to be Hugh Jackman and Jennifer Lawrence and all those, and James McAvoy, and I've run out of people that I know that are in X-Men. They're not going to be in X-Men anymore, but, like, it would be cool if they kept Deadpool as Ryan Reynolds, and, like, when he's in the movies, if he just commented on this, like, I thought you used to be played by Hugh Jackman. Like, what the fuck's going on here? I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is gonna destroy free speech. So, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds creator wants to protect protection from copyright games. So basically, Brendan Green, he's at least he's outspoken, man.
I've been up and down on this guy like 3 times.
I'm very up and down on him, but like at least he's like Cliff Bleszinski. At least he's out there. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
He gave a quote to BBC saying, "I want other developers to put their spin on the genre, not just lift things from our game. There's no intellectual property protection in games. In movies and music, there's IP protection, which is not how you're describing it. And you can really look after your work. In gaming, that doesn't exist yet.
It seems like...
And it's something that should be looked into."
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So he's obviously talking about Fortnite, which basically ripped off the PUBG.
Oh, just wait. Yeah. Dude. Like, he has no fucking idea.
PUBG formula. But I also think it does, like, it's like a very different game, having played both of them for, like, 40 hours at least a piece.
What do you call the building mechanics? Like, that is a spin. Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah. It's like the building mechanics, the game is much more, like, PUBG is much more methodical, and the map is much longer. It's
like Like, it's not...
And whereas Fortnite is like very much like fucking like
very arcadey, very like even in like the gameplay reflects the aesthetics. Like it's not like PUBG at all in that sense.
Do you think he has a leg to stand on here, Aaron?
No.
All right.
No.
Is that all you want to add?
It's a hard no.
Stupid.
No, it's nonsense.
Stupid. He's a crybaby.
Especially since like moving forward, we're going to see so many more battle royale.
He has no fucking idea what's happening. Like, dude, you get those lawsuits ready, I guess.
And not to mention the fact that like. his game is a mod off another fucking
right. His isn't even original.
So like, I mean, I understand that his like took it to a whole new level, and it's like kind of like when you bring something not even mainstream, when you bring something to the forefront, like you do get like a sense of ownership over it. Like I understand that.
I find it even funnier after seeing the No Clip documentary where he was so worried about being first to market with this idea, implying he knew that it wasn't something that he alone was gonna have.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, and there's also like that is not how intellectual property rights work in movies and music at all. Like that would be like, all right, I made rock music. Now no one can make a rock music.
Right.
Like kind of situation. It's very dumb.
How many fucking like I don't know how many
like chord progressions like are not copyrightable. Like you can't.
Yeah, there's like there's that video that's like every country song is the same, and they literally overlap them, and they're exactly the fucking same song.
And same thing with movies. Like, do you know how many like techniques are stolen from like different like movies?
Yeah,
right.
I think that's part of what's great about movies and stuff. Like you can recognize like you've learned that technique or that theme or way of doing things from another person, and you incorporate into that into your work.
Furthermore, this doesn't hurt anybody but him. Like there being more battle royale games only makes the market bigger, and you can find something that appeals most to you. Like when I hear a new album of a genre I've never heard, I'm like, fuck, I hope there's more of this because I really like that. I want to see more like this game. So yeah, it's awesome. Like, sorry you're not going to make the trillionth dollar. Sorry. I don't know. I cry about it.
Like you're already doing really well.
Yeah, PUBG. We're going to talk about that in a second. But PUBG is like crazy. Speaking of things that are selling well, November's 2017's top 20 platform. What this headline fucked me all up. The top 20 selling games from November 17 on all platforms. Unsurprisingly, Call of Duty #1, Star Wars Battlefront #2, which kind of I feel like a little surprising based on all the stuff.
That's a little surprising for Call of Duty even.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about
Call of Duty.
So maybe that's because.
Yeah, but it's been like in a downward trajectory for
Call of Duty.
I mean, I feel like it's just because of World War II. Like Battlefield 1 did pretty well too, didn't it? When it came out.
Yeah.
People are just into the
Star Wars is that high?
That
He's
blows
just
my
talking
fucking
about
mind.
Blow up this fucking industry.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna blow up the Death Star.
Oh shit! I'm so mad.
Either people don't care about the microtransactions, they don't know about it.
The good news is
they're like, oh, they stopped doing them, so like I'm gonna buy it now, or just
that is good. That is what you should do, and it's been on sale.
Well, and I think your common.
Well,
like,
this is like total like revenue. This isn't just like.
Well, you also got to think about like the moms that are buying games for their like they're just seeing Star Wars and they pick it up. They don't know about microtransactions.
Well, I think to be honest, the bigger thing is like those were the two biggest games that come out in November. Like there was not. It's not like there was like if Assassin's Creed had come out in November, that would have been interesting to see how that stacked up. Because Assassin's Creed, from all things I've heard, is like it's solid. It's good. Or the same thing with Mario. If that had come out but that came out the month before, so like it's not exactly.
True. Gotcha.
But and there have been reports that like revenue has been down from the game. So like I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going down the list, 3 Assassin's Creed Origins, 4 NBA 2K, Madden at #5, Mario at #6, but that doesn't include digital sales, so you probably see that higher if it did. FIFA, Need for Speed, Destiny 2.
So many fucking sports games.
And Pokemon
Sports
are next. Pokemon came out last month, right?
I
didn't mean to say it that way.
I'm actually kind of surprised to see those so high, just because they're like re-releases of old games.
Yeah, that's true.
People love their Pokemon.
People are still in that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that's and also PlayStation beat Xbox this month. End of story.
What about Switch? How did Switch
is the highest selling console every month, so.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna run through something. I'm gonna start. This is a new segment, not a segment, but just like stuff. We don't really need to talk about these things, but like, these things happen.
Quick hits.
Ni no Kuni delayed till March. Switch finally hit 10 million sold. Doki Doki Literature Club has been downloaded 1 million times, which I'm not. All right. You all need to play this.
I was gonna ask you if I should play it.
You need
I heard
to play
something
it.
about it and like stopped
it's
listening
not a
because
joke.
It sounded pretty cool.
Like I'm being fucking serious. Like I don't want to tell you how highly I think of it because I don't want to like get your hopes up or anything like that because I want you to go in it. But like you need to play the fucking game.
Short description I heard of it reminded me. Do you remember that anime we watched called School Days? That, Cody. It reminded me of that.
Oh no!
You need to play the game.
So it's a meme game.
It's not a meme.
It's a frog faction.
Dude, it's better than
Only in the sense that like, and I know nothing about the game. I haven't played it, and I stopped what I was listening to.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything else.
But like, I'm excited to check it out. Just based.
You
on
need
that.
to. It's like
Fine.
3 hours, I think. I would say.
Fine.
And like I won't lie.
I played the damn Pigeon Days.
It's slow. It's slow. So you like the first I would say hour is literally you're just like clicking. Like,
I
in
mean,
real-
it's a
That's-
VN. I
that's-
know
yeah.
what to expect.
yeah, but like it's not like the interesting stuff starts happening about an hour in.
That's
All right.
But like it's good.
Okay.
You need to play. It's not a joke. Like you need to play it like this week.
Okay.
You need to play it like
Oh my
last
God.
week is when you need to
Fuck.
play it. It's so good.
I feel uncomfortable.
PUBG sold 1 million copies on Xbox One in its first 48 hours on the
People
market.
just lapping up that broken piece of shit.
And it's also free if you get an Xbox One now. So if you buy an Xbox One now, you get a download code for it. Also, there's a Metal Gear Survive open beta. Oh, and also the desert map. And Metal Gear Survive is fucking awesome. Is coming out in February, but there's an open beta January 18th through the 21st.
I got one more on here. Monster Hunter World open beta for even people without PSN. December 22nd to December 25th. Suck my cock, Charles.
But yeah, that's all the big news stories for this week. So this week's show, I want to talk about. So we're wrapping up the year. Next week we're gonna do Game of the Year, and then Game of the Year, and week after that we're gonna do 2018 stuff, 2018 predictions.
Okay.
So this week I wanted to kind of look back at what we thought were the biggest stories of the week, or of the Jesus Christ, of the year. This isn't like quantifiable. If you go and like look at metrics on like this stuff, the biggest story on IGN, are gaming tangentially related, I guess. The biggest story on IGN is what?
Am I guessing?
Yeah.
This year?
Uh-huh. You got any guess?
Off the top of my head.
I don't know. Visceral getting shut down?
Yeah, something either EA microtransaction related or I have no idea.
You have any idea? No? Alright.
Some
It
bullshit?
is The Witcher getting a Netflix series was the highest
Wow.
traffic
What?
story on
How
IGN this year.
stupid.
I don't know. I was interested in
Who
it.
cares?
I don't know, man.
So like meaningless.
I thought that was very interesting. But these are the 10 biggest news stories that we came up with for this year. So number 10, Square Enix but sold the Hitman IP to IO. This is kind of the lower end
Very
of the list.
generously sold it. I mean,
Yeah, no, they and basically,
Basically.
the CEO of Square Enix gave a statement saying like, yo, we want to see what they can do with this IP. It's super like we're not like. I don't know, like as much as we're not EA, we're not terrible.
Yeah.
Please, like, don't hate us. And like I don't know, I thought that was a very interesting thing, David. I know you brought it up, so you probably have something to say about it.
Yeah, I thought that was, it's kind of a glimmer of hope for the industry at large, kind of caring more about the art form than just profit margins. Like understanding that this team of people has a vision for this series, and they know that it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't with IO. And it was just a really respectful, classy move from Square Enix. So yeah, I just thought that was a nice story.
Cool. Number 9, we have Xbox One X. Came out. It was okay.
Nobody fucking cares.
It's yeah. I don't know. Aaron, do you have any interest in buying an Xbox One X or?
I mean, if I were to buy one of those consoles, it would be the One X, just because like I already have a PS4, but I don't have an Xbox One.
Mhm.
So if I were to get one of the 4K, like
Yeah. So you saying over a PS Pro, you would buy an Xbox One X?
yeah, because like
Okay.
I already have a PS4, so there's no reason
That's
for
fair.
me to buy a.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't play Xbox. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
can't.
I don't know, man. What's Microsoft gonna do? I don't feel like. I don't know. Number 8, EA bought Respawn Entertainment, Titanfall 2 developer who had worked with them previously before. They're now working on not only Titanfall 3, but also like a Star Wars game.
Ripperoni.
So yeah, how we feel about that, Cheyenne?
I hope they don't run them into the ground.
They've gone into
have.
hospice.
Obviously, they'd have some
Everyone
kind of
else.
trust in Respawn because they shut down Visceral and then gave Respawn the Star Wars IP.
Keys to the castle.
So hopefully
That
they.
was a weak Borat reference.
Oh, I
wasn't
like Eddie Borat reference is a good one.
it?
Nope, it's over for them. Unfortunately, they're gonna disappoint somebody, and then whoosh, they're out of there.
Damn.
No hope for Titanfall 3. It's gonna be another Dead Space 3 situation.
Titanfall 2 was so good.
It was
But is
so
it going to
good.
be like a Dead Space 3 situation? Because Titanfall 1 wasn't that good.
Also,
They don't
they're
have
not
the
going to
best-
randomly change the genre of fucking
They won't
Titanfall.
change the genre.
No, it's going to be a strategy.
They literally
RPG now.
took Dead Space from being survival horror to fucking action shooter. Like,
They'll make it appeal to a broad audience somehow. They'll dumb down the movement mechanics. They'll make the mechs like you're fucking always in them or some bullshit. They'll fuck it up.
I agree. I just can't imagine it being anywhere near as egregious as Dead Space.
No, I'm okay. It's not going to be a genre shift, but to be fair, Dead Space 2 is already.
I hope it's a strategy RPG. I think you guys are underrating the fact that we haven't
it's
had
gonna be an RTS when it comes out.
It's not even just a
RPG.
genre. I just mean appealing to a broader audience and then abandoning your dedicated fan base in the process, and then also not appealing to them.
Does Titanfall have a dedicated fan base?
Oh
though?
yeah.
There are people
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Is it the Kool-Aid Man? Is he a dedicated fan
There are
base?
people on that all the time on PS4 and Xbox. There's like a pretty dedicated little. I mean, there were enough people that bought it, and
I know there's like a community there still, but I'm not like there's not people fucking cosplaying as the Titanfall robot.
I
Like,
guess.
fucking
As a
I
Titan.
mean, that'd be difficult.
they just need marketing, and they need to not release it right by fucking Battlefield.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
mistake. I don't know. Next story we have on here is YouTubers all suck. So obviously PewDiePie said the N-word this year, and he's generally terrible.
Yeah.
Lots of YouTubers are terrible. Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife. Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on the YouTube scene this year.
I like to acquiesce you mentioning that cheating is not bad.
Cheating isn't bad, but
You said
like
something.
It is.
it's not.
Okay.
It is.
Nah, it's only bad if you get caught.
Please explain.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't get caught,
No.
All right.
then you don't hurt anybody.
All right. So murder isn't
No.
bad if you don't get caught.
No, you're hurting somebody. If you cheat on somebody and you're not caught by them, then they don't know.
That's shitty.
So emotional pain isn't a problem.
They don't
if they
feel
don't
any
know
emotional
about it.
pain if they don't find out.
That's
Okay.
shitty.
It's not. How is that shitty? As long as you don't like give them an STD or something. I'm not saying that's okay.
That's all.
Get tested, Aaron.
I guess not having a moral compass really would.
How does it make? What? I don't. This is bullshit.
Just because you're not like hurting them, like by them not knowing about it, like you're literally being.
I think
a
you
shitty-
not
you're,
feeling
like,
any
not
guilt.
being loyal or faithful to them. You're going behind their back. You're like
It's a little
misusing their
sociopathic
trust.
of you.
It's not sociopathic. It's sociopathic that we all consider the fact that like we
Today's
should all just
tangent-
pair up with somebody and that's who we're with forever. That's fucking
Not
sociopathic.
Your problem is with
Subscribes to
monogamy.
that.
That's
That's not
fine.
true.
And
at all.
cheating is the way out of that, man. Cheat on people.
No.
Cheat.
That's
Or-
not. You speak to your partner and say,
Find
"Hey, I'm
somebody
into like."
Who wants an open relationship?
Yeah.
Well, not
Your
only-
problem is with
It's not
monogamy.
just. It's not just like sexual.
Crazy.
It's not just
Fuck.
sexual
No, it
cheating. Is
doesn't
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotionally cheating. That's okay too.
I hate you.
Because I feel like we need to get out of this years old mindset. And I feel like cheating is the way
CJ, you're
that we
allowed
all-
to not be monogamous. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
It's not about monogamy only. I'm just saying that we should all cheat.
But if you're not in a monogamous relationship, cheating is not part of the equation. It's
Yeah,
not
but like
possible.
you still want to sleep with somebody at night. Who am I
So
supposed to
do
be
it.
warm with? No, but I want to do it with some random stranger.
Have an open
So
relationship.
if
with your
CJ's
partner.
not dating someone and cheating on them, he hasn't achieved this goal.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We all have to
Fucking-
live, dude.
I'm gonna have a talk with Cheyenne.
Yeah, you better
about
not hurt
this.
her, man.
You better fucking not.
Number 6, Sony crossplay. Number 6, Sony gave a bunch of wrong answers about the crossplay situation this year. So basically, the biggest thing was when Rocket League came to Nintendo Switch, it was announced that it was crossplay with not only PC, but also Xbox, meaning those three ecosystems can all play with each other. Meanwhile, PS4, because they are the console leader, is like stuck in this like siphoned off ecosystem. And like, about a lot of other situations like that, like when Fortnite Battle Royale first came out, there was like, they forgot to turn it off. Like, that's how easy it is. That they
Yeah, it's a switch.
they
It's a
did
fucking
not
box.
understand like that the servers had to be separated, and like people were playing with one another, like crossplay on accident.
Didn't somebody from Psyonix like on record say like it's
It would
the
take an
flip
hour.
of a switch?
It would
Check
take an
a
hour.
box on a
Yes.
fucking server.
Like, and it's like, yeah. So, and this is like a long, like, I don't know, like a big part of why like consoles are so important is like obviously exclusives are really important, but also like where your friends play, like in an increasingly multiplayer centric and online centric gaming ecosystem, like where your friends play matters a lot. And if I could play with Aaron, he got an Xbox One, and that's what you want to get, and I have a PS4. Even though the controllers are a little different, it's not that big a fucking deal. So like the fact that we can't play together is dumb.
It's like really, I just was thinking about this. It's like we're in a unique position as the part of a community that plays games. Everyone is, pretty, I would say, on the younger side in their 20s, probably.
I don't know about that.
Okay, not necessarily, but you know what I'm
Especially playing like games the way we're saying it, like 'cause I feel like a lot of little kids play on like iPads.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, if the movie industry did some shitty thing, like, to all the theaters, would there be enough of, like, a pushback that they would actually have to step back and listen to the people seeing films? The way that when you turn on crossplay and then turn it back off, you are provoked into at least a dignified, like, response to what is happening.
Mhm.
Like, the gaming community at large is so capable of raising enough shit to get things actually changed. It's kind of like fascinating. I don't know if
it's kind of
because
scary if you look back at Gamergate.
Well, what did that really accomplish?
I got Trump
Well,
elected.
you know, it like brought a bunch of women like death threats and like
It
rape
got Trump
threats.
elected.
Are
I'm
you
just
really
gonna-
blaming Trump on
Stalking.
Gamergate?
I'm not blaming. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say in the history books in 2050, Gamergate will be mentioned.
I think Gamergate's a bit of a boogeyman nowadays. But
No.
Tell that to the like people that were affected by it. Like,
I think it has more to do with those people coming up and being a part of it, but then also going on to just be alt-right kind of shitheads. I don't know if the Gamergate as a whole kind of... It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying.
the fact that they were able to have a platform to talk like that and like
That's
that
just the
they
internet.
weren't
Yeah.
that they weren't punished at all for it. There weren't any consequences for them.
Yeah, see, like you couldn't do that on a site like NeoGAF where that's wholesome and like that's a good site, right? Have I missed something? I don't know.
Sure. I don't know. I just think that I think in the early 2018 is when we're most likely to see this kind of being redacted. If Nintendo continues to slay like they have been, and Sony kind of starts to yeah, it's funny. We spell it different. There's a sleigh with reindeer. If Nintendo continues to put the vice on Sony, I think that they'll be more inclined to reconsider their position, especially when everybody keeps kind of bringing it up, like Jeff Keighley did at the Game
Yeah, it
Awards.
was awesome.
That was cool.
And we can get your take on the Game Awards, Aaron. What did you think? Bro? Oh yeah, you were on that show, weren't you? No, you weren't.
No.
Wait, what are you talking? What is the question?
What did you think about the Game Awards?
They were exciting. There was a lot of cool stuff announced. Like, what are you asking me?
What did
do
you-
I
that's what
approve?
I
Do I
asked.
not like Game Awards?
No, like what did you think about it generally?
It was awesome. It was fun to watch. There
What
were
did
a
you
lot
think
of
about
cool
the guy that said "fuck the Oscars"?
No, he was fucking crazy. I definitely talked about this on the episode.
Did you? Yeah,
I
okay,
think-
never mind.
yeah.
My bad then.
Extremely rude.
My bad. I couldn't remember if you were on that episode or not. But yeah, that was fun. Crossplay is good.
Yeah, it's very consumer friendly. I don't know what the fucking issue is.
Well, I think it's just PlayStation is on top, and they want people to buy PlayStations to play with their friends.
I guess.
That is-
I thought it was always more about software to them.
No, it's about what I said.
They sell at a loss for the PS4, right?
No,
Yeah, they did in the beginning of its life cycle.
Never.
Am I wrong?
100% wrong. Yeah, that's
Alright.
also like forever ago too. But like, also they're not.
Okay. I'm
And
wrong.
either way, like they're still like even if they get people to buy PlayStation, then they still make money on software. So like, in the end, it's them selling more PlayStations is never a negative.
How about this? How about instead of relying on no crossplay being the reason that people play together, why don't you make worthwhile exclusives with multiplayer?
I mean, and to be
That's the
fair,
answer.
Sony fucking does. Like they make. If we're gonna talk about one system that has like great exclusives, it's gonna be the PlayStation. I would say.
What are they?
What?
The PlayStation exclusive
Horizon?
multiplayer.
Oh, multiplayer games.
Yeah.
I think with multiplayer.
That's the
Neo.
answer. Okay, you're not buddying up with, hey dude, buy Neo, we can play together. That's not. one
I
of the
literally
fucking-
did that with Drew.
That's not one of the games that you would buy a console for. Like you don't have like 6 friends playing Neo and you're like,
Bloodborne?
oh, I
Yeah,
want to
that's
join
Bloodborne.
them.
Bloodborne.
Same fucking like you play that.
What
with
the
one
fuck are you
person.
talking-
You play
Literally,
Bloodborne
all of
more
you
than anybody.
bought a
No, that's not
PS4
what
to
I'm
play
saying.
Bloodborne.
It's not like a Rocket League or like an NBA where like you have a bunch of friends that play it on this one console.
The show.
Those games are like, is that? I don't even
It's
fucking
an
know.
exclusive sports game to the PlayStation.
What I'm saying is the answer.
I'm just saying, like we
to
put out 3
limit-
games.
Isn't to limit the amount of games that you can play with other consoles. It's to make exclusive titles for your console that are inherently not crossplay. Like,
Or to make your like
PlayStation
ecosystem.
All Stars, dude.
Well, no. To make your like console ecosystem better. Like PSN sucks compared to Xbox Live, like kind of situation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Also, what I'm saying is Neo and Bloodborne are not inherently multiplayer exclusives.
they're not in multiplayer, but like
I'm saying
Doesn't
Right,
Bloodborne thrive on its multiplayer experience
No,
though?
no.
Like,
I would say it's a big deal.
not at
Yeah.
all. I would not at all. I'd say one like single player of that game is just as good.
encourages communication through players in like this weird roundabout way with
Not
those like messages.
Even
and-
close to like the way that like Rocket League is inspired by its multiplayer.
No, it's not Rocket League. But like at the end of the day, like nobody's gonna make an exclusively multiplayer game for one console because you lose the install base so much. I feel like, and you saw that with Titanfall 1.
Well, Sony funds the studio to do it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
Why would they when you can?
To do what I was just saying, to sell consoles to people who have friends that.
Well, they
play
already
on
can do that
console.
with like because there's no crossplay. That's what I'm saying. It's like-
There's a workaround, is what I'm trying to say.
I
I'm
got
thinking. I'm just spitballing here. Okay.
well, and besides, we're all like hardcore gamers, man. Don't we hate multiplayer games? We want single player games.
That would have been a good opportunity to hold up your mouse.
Oh
Show
shit,
people that-
hardcore
yeah.
gamer, bro.
I can have both. I can have both. I get stressed out from Rocket League.
Get you someone who can do both.
Yeah.
And then cheat on them. Number 5, the clusterfuck that was Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm gonna let you take this one here.
You can cheat on people in Mass Effect, you know?
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you really? In this one, I thought you could only romance one person on the first one.
If they don't find out, is it a problem?
Probably. Well, they will find out because it's Mass. You know what I mean? It's
I don't like the games putting this kind of morality on me.
That's the decision.
That's what happens in Persona 4
do I cheat
too.
and get caught? You know. But yeah. Well, what about Mass Effect?
What did you like think about it? Tell me about the debacle that was Mass Effect.
It was fun. I enjoyed playing it because the combat was good. Combat was good. Other than that, it was not good. It was a massive letdown. The story was bad.
Mass Effect.
Massive.
Yeah. I don't really feel like saying all this again.
That's what we're doing. We're recapping.
All right.
We've done all these stories before.
It sucked. Long story short, it was not good. The story was bad. I did not.
I think
did
the
not like it.
the facial animations are funny.
They are. Have you gone back to it since the update and stuff?
I have not.
No.
I uninstalled it.
Are they gonna make a Mass Effect Andromeda 2 or Mass Effect something?
No, the IP is on ice right now.
But you think when are we gonna see a new Mass Effect game?
Not for a very long time.
You think so?
They straight up said that.
I'm asking you to be armchair quarterback. When the fuck is it gonna happen? 5 years?
10.
This generation, it won't happen this generation.
I wonder if Anthem's gonna be good.
Because you've got Anthem coming out, then they've still got Dragon Age, and Andromeda was such a steaming pile of shit. Like they have no reason to go back to it for
if
now.
Anthem sucks,
then we might see Mass Effect.
No, I'm saying if Anthem sucks, does BioWare get closed down?
Oh yeah, EA owns them, right?
I hope not, because they still have. I would love to see another Knights of the Old Republic that's not an MMO.
They own Star Wars license.
Would love to see more Dragon Age, because maybe unpopular opinion, I loved Inquisition.
A lot of people really like it.
It's like, yeah, that game got shitted on after the fact, but like originally everybody liked it.
Because Witcher 3 came out. Which was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It does make.
This is what a game is supposed to be like.
Yeah. But I love the shit out of Inquisition and just Dragon Age as an IP. I would like to see Mass Effect come back. I'm excited about Anthem. I hope it's good. I think it's going to be good.
Neverwinter Nights.
I don't know what that is.
It's like an old game. I never played it. It's just one of their IPs.
Yeah, that one is unfamiliar to me. But
do you think Anthem is going to come out next year even? Because we've only seen one cinematic trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that game has.
Well,
potential.
no, it wasn't cinematic. It was gameplay. Well, not like maybe not real gameplay, but like you know what I'm saying.
Like
they were doing
like a Killzone 2 gameplay.
It was like well, not even that. It was like showing what the gameplay would look like.
That game looks. I'm actually hyped for it, just like nobody is, because they're all like, "Well, it's gonna fucking suck, EA, blah blah blah." But I'm like, that looks really fun.
I don't know. I think if BioWare was left alone and they made the game they want to make, I think
we're just upset, yeah, because it's not like their other stuff. But I like that it's kind of like a Destiny, but like it looks fun.
I don't know. I wish every game doesn't have to fucking be Destiny, dude. Like the Division doesn't have to be Destiny.
I love the idea of the Division. I wish the Division was better.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better now.
I would like to go back to it,
but
but that's a lot of effort to jump back into.
Get Joe Farrow in there. He's lighting you up. That was the New York firefighter bad guy. Yeah, no, I just and like the Divisions did have a fucking battle royale fucking mode in it because that'd be lit. Because they already had the whole the Dark Zone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was
awesome. The Division had so much potential. I feel like
Bungie's trying its best to kill Destiny 2 right now.
We talk about that.
See how that fucking goes. Yeah, that's a pretty big story. I think that the consumer backlash on that.
So yeah, talk about what.
So basically, I mean, Bungie just had a bunch of like unfortunate. Like first, it was the bright engrams, and it was the one-time use shaders. That pissed a lot of people off. That ended up not being as big of a deal, but then as the game went on, it kind of became more clear that the end game was like this repetitious grind for cosmetics because that's all that there was to grind for. But you could just buy bright engrams, and then the DLC comes out. But right before the DLC comes out, you have this. Somebody figures out that they're like throttling XP gains on certain events and not showing it. Like the UI is telling you you're getting this much XP, but you're not. And so people went in absolute fucking like red alert mode.
I don't know that it was throttling as much as just diminishing returns. Like if you repeat the same event, you got less XP.
Yeah, but it didn't tell you.
But it didn't tell you.
Right, and that was
that
was the problem. Because diminishing returns is normal.
That
should be a thing.
You're right.
So you don't just keep grinding.
But
farming.
So that was kind of a bad rap, and then people thought the Curse of Osiris would be good. It ended up to be trash. It's like a terrible.
Yeah, basically the biggest part of the expansion is all the stuff you can get at the Eververse.
Yep.
And it's like,
the most content that is available is.
I don't know if that's true, but like that was like the best content I would say is the
So that game is in fucking shambles.
Also, they put original content behind.
They
the
locked
DLC.
it behind. They removed that lock, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Finally,
they put out like a statement that's like, "Sorry, that was bad.
Sorry, we got caught."
Well, not even they got caught. Obviously, people were gonna notice that, but like for them to have to put out that statement and say, "How do you not realize that at the beginning?"
Yeah, especially after everything that went down.
It makes it's incomprehensible to me that you could literally. It's not. This isn't their. It's not like Horizon like fucked up the map Guerrilla fucked up the map in Horizon because that's their first RPG they've ever made. You did Destiny 1 for 3 fucking years. Like, how do you fuck this up? It doesn't make any sense.
The best video I saw on it. I don't remember the guy's name. That feels bad, but he was like a reviewer, and he was basically saying, people who have stuck with Destiny since the very first game have put up with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've put up with a lot of shit, and this is the fucking thanks that they get for sticking with Bungie. Like, Bungie is not respecting its players at all with this game.
And the weird thing about that is like, I feel like with Destiny 1, they made it much more, like, inclusive to people. Like, much more, like when we were hardcore into it, like, you could feasibly get things done every week.
Yeah.
Like, without being, like, over-obsessed about it or anything.
Catch-up system.
Like, you could do it. Like, and you could... There was, like... I think it was, like, 5 or 6 tasks. I don't know. It was, like, 5 for me because I never ended up doing... What the fuck was it? The Flashpoint or whatever?
The Flashpoint.
I just never did that in the whole game. So, it was, like, a week you could do. And, like, that's manageable. But, like, I feel like a big problem that they're having now is, like, managing it being okay for people to have to not do it crazy. But then people that want to do it crazy, like, fucking... They can't.
Yeah, and then people will be like, well, don't play it like nonstop, like no life it. It's like people like to play games like that. Like when I'm on WoW, like I love like poop socking that and just playing it like straight for an entire day.
And it's fine if and it's even fine if Bungie says, hey, we're not trying to make that game where you play it like that much. We're not.
But have it be an option.
But no, not even have it be an option. Like they just like it could be not be an option. They just have to tell people that.
Yeah.
But like with this game, they want it to be like that's not what they're going for. So you miss the mark, kind of situation.
The best argument I heard was that the content that's there is very good. There's just no reason to do it.
Yeah.
Like the strikes and everything are awesome. There's just no reason to keep doing that.
Yeah. Number 4, Visceral shuts down and single player games are dead. So remember this story from the late summer, early fall kind of area. Yeah. Visceral Studios, Amy Hennig's studio over there, that was making a single player Star Wars game that was supposed to, like, from all the rumor stuff, seemed to be shaping up pretty cool. Just got canceled and is no more. And Amy Hennig is still in limbo where she is. If she's in Visceral.
Oh, it was shaping up pretty cool.
I don't know, but the idea I would say about it was
the
cool.
idea was good, but like the development was extremely shitty. Like they just didn't have the right.
Yeah, and EA basically shut that down, leading everybody to do the whole single player games are dead. Cheyenne, are single player games dead?
No.
Okay.
Bethesda's got our back.
Bethesda's got our back. That
I mean, that was
commercial
cool.
was great.
Like they do have a lot of single player games that haven't done like amazingly well, but you know, I think Wolfenstein was probably one of the better ones this year that they put out. That like,
sold like shit though.
You're right.
Probably the worst of any of them.
Yeah. But I mean, there
it didn't sell the worst.
There was Prey. There was Dishonored 2 came out.
Dishonored.
This year, right?
That came out late last year, but Dishonored: Death of the Outsider came out this year.
Yeah, that came out last year, and like.
And they did Skyrim on Switch and all that stuff.
Definitely, I think there's still
there were also a ton of single player games this year, like outside of
Assassin's Creed, right?
Right, Zelda, Mario, Horizon.
Yeah. Persona.
Yeah. I think you said Persona.
Yeah, I think that
all great games too.
Still want that.
And I kind of just feel like that. Like when everybody had that collective freak out of like, oh, this is how single player games are gonna go. It's like it's. I think this might be how single player games go for like the publisher EA and probably the publisher Activision and like probably I don't know, lesser to an extent of the publisher Ubisoft, but. I don't know, unless they get bought by Vivendi, then yeah, probably the publisher Ubisoft.
They bring me more Rayman.
But like I don't know, I just feel like I don't know, that was a mass freak out. But the Visceral thing kind of sucks.
Yeah.
When Amy Hennig hasn't come out with a game since like 2012. When
her last 2 projects that they put her on, didn't work out. I don't know. She seemed to be butting heads. Is kind of the vibe I got for some of the people that were talking about it. But it's a bummer. And some of the people that were there, they just the Frostbite engine is not suited for this kind of game,
Yeah,
and
that's
to kind of retrofit it for like the more Uncharted style.
Which is why fucking
Mass Effect took a huge hit.
Mass Effect.
they
Well, not only
rebuilt
Mass Effect,
it.
but it's such a fucking shout out to fucking BioWare for making Dragon Age Inquisition like a good game that
Right.
people liked. Like,
Yeah,
like
no, that was a
that's
huge.
Was that on
for them.
Frostbite?
Yeah.
Oh shit, really?
You
know
gotta
that.
read that chapter in Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, dude.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just got to fucking the most boring one, Halo Wars, maybe. And I was
Halo,
like,
yeah, Halo
Yes,
Wars is
yeah.
in there.
Give a
There's
shit.
an interesting story.
I'm sure it's interesting. I just that game. I'm like, fucking cares.
Yeah.
Halo Wars is cool, man.
Yeah, I just never played it.
RTSs are cool. I wish there were more of them on console
Get
with,
fucking dude.
with franchises that I cared about.
Get
I'm not trying to play like Warhammer 40k.
no, what's that called? The
You would like
Tooth
the old
and
Warcraft
Tail.
games too.
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
Tooth
that
and Tail, we could
one's
play
really
that.
cute.
Oh, that game actually looked cute.
I would
Yeah.
play it.
And it has alliteration, so it piqued my interest.
It's on
Exactly.
PS4, I think.
Very good.
Yeah, the old Warcraft games I've heard that. Like,
They're actually fun as shit.
They're
And
remaking.
They're just goofy and
possibly making Warcraft.
they're remaking StarCraft, right?
That's already been.
Oh, that already happened?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Play it. I'm too dumb for those games.
Number 3, PUBG is the biggest thing of the year. So, as we all know, PlayerUnknown's...
I'm sick of it. I'm getting nauseous. Just
PlayerUnknown's bad. Dude,
Yeah, dude.
I looked it up. We started playing it at the beginning of May. And it
Mm-hmm.
came out, so we were about a month and a half late to when it came out.
Yeah. Only after I like begged you, basically.
Yeah, you begged me to play it, and I play it more than you know.
Oh yeah. I totally-
But it's the biggest game. Sold over 25 million copies this year. Biggest, broke the concurrent record on Steam. Just recently released on Xbox. I thought we could talk about the fact that port seems to be kind of
shitty.
Yeah,
Not
not
fun.
Yeah, it's not running
not
well.
great. Yeah.
It's like totally a Microsoft decision to push that out.
100%. They were like they announced it at E3 and like this is coming out this year and like
Yeah.
it had to at some point.
It's just, I mean, people seem to not really give a shit. I'm kind of like,
Of course
how?
not.
Like, oh, it's like
To
so
me,
bad.
I mean, people don't give a shit. I don't know. People are playing it. I don't know if they don't give a shit because like.
but to
to
hear
be
somebody like Greg Miller be like, people are just mad about nothing. I'm like, no, bullshit. I've seen the fucking game like going down to 4 FPS, like just running.
Oh, the game runs. Yeah,
Like, get out of my
like
face.
On the original, I think it runs better on the X. To be fair,
Barely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
it
know.
It's
does.
not stable, which is the
Oh,
real
really?
fucking kicker. Yeah, it's just not optimized. It's not optimized. for
Aaron,
us.
I know you had a lot of fun with PUBG this year.
it's unplayable on my computer because it's put together like shit.
I feel like if you try it might run better. It runs better on mine.
No, it's bullshit that I have to go through all this effort to play this fucking
Well, not
game.
even
to
They've
put together.
optimized it more.
They've optimized it a lot.
The 1.0 is
Okay,
coming
so
out
now it's in a
December.
working state. Like
Oh,
that's
it
my
was-
problem.
it was
I
an
mean,
early
it
access.
was an
Early
early access, to
access.
be honest, so like that's part of
That's
it.
what
But
it
no,
means. It's not
shit-
done. That's
it's-
why I threw
The
a fit
early
about-
access is an excuse to release a broken game.
Pretty much.
100%,
Most of
yeah.
the time, yeah.
It is now, yeah.
But hey,
But-
they sold it.
At the end of the day, it's fucking fantastic. It's so good.
When that
I'm
game
not
runs-
even good at it. I'm not even good at it. You watched me get a kill earlier, but
I did. Yeah,
It
but
took me
It
forever.
was like whack-a-mole that you were bad
oh
at.
my
I
god.
feel like next year will be our like PUBG like fever. Like when it is done and like there are more than one. There's more than like the one map now, and it runs good on my rig or I buy a new rig.
Oh, you're saying ours?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like collectively.
No.
like-
Yes.
Us.
I was about to say. I think it's already fucking
No,
like.
us as a group. I feel like that
down
would be
with
our
sickness.
time to like really get into it.
Yeah, I'm like in there.
I
they
just
added,
wanted to wait. I'm playing
But
the waiting.
if it works on your machine now, like fucking, they added about like you can play 3s now and like fucking
I would love to play it.
the new.
If
map.
I get a new rig this holiday season, I'll give you mine because Cheyenne doesn't want it.
I mean, I'll buy it from you. Don't just give it to me. That's a lot
Alright,
of money.
sure.
New Cheyenne.
I just
We-
I put a new graphics card in. All I need is a new CPU, maybe. some-
Doesn't she play WoW now? Why do you not
He's
want
been
it?
saying like, "I'll give it to you," and now he's saying she
You
doesn't
said you
want
didn't
it. So
fucking
you can
want
have
it. You were like, I don't want it. It doesn't work right.
Dude,
Right.
it's
I mean,
If
so.
you guys are gonna be playing WoW, I feel like you should.
It runs on
take it.
We'll see.
You're a piece of shit.
But yeah, I would love to take it.
Top
If she
No, I
doesn't
mean,
want.
yeah, we'll
The
see.
the desert
We'll
map's real good.
I'm excited to play it.
Ask me about the desert map, dude.
How's the desert map?
It's so good.
Isn't it like supposed to be a lot tighter so that like you're?
Well, it's not tight. It's there are huge cities.
Yeah.
So basically, like it in the original island map, there was a lot of like mid range combat. I feel like where like you could hide behind trees or you can hide like in a bush or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff like that. Whereas in this game, it's like close range or like super long range. Where like or on this map, the building parts, like you're better off walking around with like a shotgun or a Winchester. They added Winchesters.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Or they got the sawed off as like the pistol too,
Oh,
and
sick.
like shit like that. You're better off because you're gonna run like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It forces you to see people a lot more often than.
Well,
you
not
do.
even no, but it forces you to see people. But then also like in between cities, there is nothing. Like, you have no cover at all. You saw me, like, where I was, like, there is nothing, like, because it's a desert. And, like, so if you have, like, a scope or, like, a fucking car or a fucking, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the new snipers. There's not any yet, really. At least that I've seen. But, like, if you have that kind of stuff, then you're so much better off. And I don't know. It really, like, it is much, like, because I played the game a bunch, like, as much as a map can change a game, it does every aspect.
That's awesome.
And there's a lot more stuff that, like, it intentionally, like, will have, like, boxes stacked up to buildings so you can vault over them, like, because it was made with vaulting in mind, as opposed to the original one. Number 2, the Nintendo Switch is the biggest selling console this year. Nintendo's back. How hyped are you, Aaron?
Swaggy.
That's awesome. I've always been a huge Nintendo fan, like, because I grew up on Nintendo consoles. Like, my first game system when I was a little kid was the Super Nintendo. So I grew up playing that, like Super Mario World, stuff like that. So when the SNES Classic came out, I was real excited. But I've always had a Nintendo console. Like, every one I've had and played and loved, except for the Wii U. And then...
You played it.
Yeah, I have a Wii U, but the only game I ever play is Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Dude, when is Smash going to come out? I was sure it was getting announced.
If they don't announce it at this next Direct, I bet we're not getting a port.
Yeah.
That'd be cool with a sequel.
I wouldn't, because we're not getting it for another 3 years.
Though.
Yeah, but we're losing the great characters that we have now. Like, we'll probably still have Bayonetta.
Who would they lose? Oh, they would lose
Ryu, Cloud.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Suda said
Korn
that if he ever
may or may not be in it.
If you ever get Sakurai sat down,
You said porn.
I thought you said corn.
I just call her Korn.
I see.
Korn.
Yeah.
Who else? I bet they drop a couple other Fire Emblem characters just because there's 85 of them.
No, they're all my favorites.
Duck Hunt we might not see again.
So he's trash.
Nah, Duck Hunt's awesome, dude.
Remember how good David was at Duck Hunt?
He was.
That was very weird.
Aaron was better than I was, I think.
No, what?
Like, Bowser Jr. was new for this
No,
game.
in the arcade game, Duck Hunt.
The game, not the character. I slayed Duck Hunt.
That's true.
I did not realize you were that good at Duck Hunt.
I didn't either.
But yeah, the Nintendo Switch killing it. Is it going to have as good a year in 2018, do you think?
If they have games,
Yes,
Bayonetta 3 Metroid.
That's true,
probably not coming out next year, but got Metroid coming. Hopefully
Bayonetta
Smash.
ports.
Bayonetta.
I didn't play 2, which is like everyone are going to be
There's
clamoring.
a Pokemon RPG on the way. Might not be probably not next year.
Yeah, it's
Kirby, though.
Kirby.
For Kirby.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to do well.
It's going to do awesome.
All right, I hope so.
Nintendo is going to...
I think it needs to sustain on ports. Like, I don't... Like, realistically, what big...
VC next year.
Animal
Virtual
Crossing.
console.
Okay, yeah.
When is the paid online happening?
That's what I'm
They're
worried
targeting
about.
in the next Direct. I think is when they're going to.
I'm excited for that because I honestly believe that they're going to give.
That's going to be. It's going to be like Netflix. I think. That's too much. But like
they mentioned that on like kind of.
I was talking about
like I don't know.
Talking to Drew about that today. That'd be kind of awesome if it's priced right because they have such a huge.
It's only going to be like not much at all. It was like it's not expensive. I forget how much.
No, it was like $20 a year for the
$20 a year.
Yeah,
which is like nothing.
But like, all right, so we're saying it's going to have a good year next year.
Yes.
Based on like, what are the big games that they're going to put out on that system?
Bayonetta
1 and 2.
That's a port. Like I'm saying, new games.
New games. Kirby.
Are we talking about only that are coming out next year?
That are coming out next year. Because we were listening off like, oh yeah, Animal Crossing be cool. Pokemon, like those.
No, Pokemon, Metroid.
They're not coming out.
All confirmed, but they're not going to be.
They're not coming out next year. That's what I'm saying. I don't like. I'm not.
I think next year is going to be like a lull.
I'm
The
prognosticating.
new Yoshi game is that might be.
That's next year.
That's next year.
But like, I don't know. Is a Yoshi game moving the needle?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I would like to play.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think it might be gray skies ahead.
There might be some quick turnarounds though on some smaller projects.
I guess maybe, perhaps.
I think next year might be kind of quiet from what happened this year because we had Mario Odyssey, Zelda.
You got a lot of good indie ports coming too.
Yeah,
those are all good, but like, let's be real. The Nintendo Switch was a huge success because of Zelda and Mario.
They
did what they needed to do, and they pushed out their big IPs immediately.
You're right, they did, but. The Nintendo Switch was a big success because of Mario and Zelda.
Okay, but next year they could literally not release a single AAA title, have Virtual Console, and be fine.
I don't feel like that's true.
I feel like
totally true.
No,
you're out of your
really
mind.
don't feel like
if they had
true.
GameCube games on Virtual Console, people would shit themselves. Like I would shit myself.
I don't know. I just don't feel like that's true. That's just my.
I feel like Virtual Console alone could carry them through 2018.
You underestimate the power of the
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Well, but like I don't know.
Double cross localization that would do it.
I'm not trying to shit on it at all. Like
I know
I
you're
see
just
somebody.
realistic.
I see somebody like all right. So everybody's game of the year this year is Zelda or whatever. I see somebody like, isn't it crazy that the game of the year is a Wii U game?
Wow.
That's weird, right?
It is
Yeah.
weird.
But because everybody just thinks of it as a Switch, but like I don't know, just I'm very trepidatious about.
When's the
about
direct?
that.
When's the new direct?
It's in
January.
January.
That's
Okay.
when we'll find out.
All right.
Yeah, well,
I'll
we'll
be.
see.
I'll be
If they do everything we're saying, yeah. If they do half of what we're saying, I don't know. I think it may be.
Losing steam.
I really hope we get a Smash board.
'Cause I think indies are awesome. Like like Wolfenstein come down to it is cool, but like I don't know, like the Nintendo Switch isn't. It's made on Zelda and Mario for as much as we all
Here's
like
the
to
thing,
say.
though. You're downplaying the power of ports on this thing. Like, they have value. It's
Yeah,
not just
that's
like
true.
porting to
That's
PS4.
A lot of people, I think, will
Handheld is like
be
the
buying
fucking
Bayonetta.
reason.
And
for
right
this
now,
thing.
every time, especially like me included, you'll play something on PS4 and be like, man, I wish I could do this on my Switch.
You're right,
Hollow Knight is going to be fucking
but like
enormous.
people aren't buying the Switch to play Hollow Knight.
No, they're buying
people
it
are
to-
buying the Switch to play 20 games. Like
They
Hollow
don't
Knight. Sorry.
need a system-selling game. They need enough games to sell
I
the
think they
system.
do.
Also, the Switch
This
kind of
is-
sells itself on the fact that you can play games like Zelda on the go.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's more games being
There are
ported
no
to the Switch.
holdouts
Yeah.
from Zelda and Mario. People who want the Switch for those games and for big Nintendo IPs have it. People who are going to be buying it next year, if they don't release a single big game next year, it's not going to be because Nintendo isn't releasing another big game that they want that isn't those two for some fucking reason. It's going to be because they see this plethora of software on the Nintendo eShop and they say, okay, that is enough for me to pull the trigger. A lot of people say, I wait for 5 games, I wait for 10 games that I want before I buy a system. By adding all of these little, these little titles and things and having them all on the handheld mode, you're giving these people a real value proposition to buying a Switch. All the holdouts.
All right.
And then they get Zelda and Mario on top of that.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Also, Switch is the best way to play indie titles anyway.
I'm not, but like, people aren't buying the console for the indie titles. Is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the indie titles help you at the beginning, just like the PlayStation. The PlayStation is the exact same way. But then 2 years into the PlayStation, like Bloodborne came out, and Uncharted came out, and fucking Horizon came out, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they delivered, but like, I don't know if that's gonna happen with the Switch. I don't want to shit on anyone for that. I hope it does. Not trying
We'll
to.
see.
No.
We'll see.
And the number one story of the year, a nice jolly tale about microtransactions happened this year, where everybody lost their collective shit throughout the year for a number of games, like Shadow of War and Star Wars and every game under the sun, Overwatch.
All loot boxes are bad.
All loot boxes are bad. I disagree.
Yes, all of them.
I disagree.
They're all bad. I've come around. I think even Rocket Leagues are bad.
Yeah?
Yep. I think the best way to do microtransactions is to make sure that you're updating the game, a la GTA Online, Overwatch, Rocket League, but have it, like in GTA Online is like the perfect example. You can just buy the shit that you want with money. Like, if I wanted to buy the new car, I could just buy some money and buy it. Like,
That's good?
That's what you... Wait, what?
if I want an Overwatch skin, I should just be able to go on there and pay like $1 for it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
But
I
have
thought you
all of
meant
that
in-game
content
currency,
that's
and I
in
was
the
like,
loot
you can't.
boxes. Sell like a 5 voice pack thing for 50 cents or $1. Sell the legendary skins for like $2. That is so much cleaner, and there's no like shady.
No
You
gambling.
don't like
Gambling.
randomization.
The gambling is your problem.
No, yes, it's just the idea that like it could be seen as manipulative or kind of like it just kind of feeds into this like gambling fallacy. Like, oh, I've already bought 5 and haven't gotten a legendary. If I buy one more, I'll for sure get one.
So my idea is that like gambling, much like cheating, is a good vice. So no, that's around.
But like Rocket League, like I've gotten around it because I buy keys and then I buy what I want by trading those keys for the items that I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotten how I want it, but it's fucked up that that's the way I've got to get there. You know, I should be able to buy the new wheels or the new bodies for like $1 or something. Like, I'd be fine even if it costs more on the whole. Like, if all the items in the box cost more than that many boxes, as long as I can get what I want and I know that that's what I'm getting, fine, that's cool. And then have them be tradable. Fuck it, why not? Like, it's just like you make this big economy based around keys like TF2 is, and then like one fucking item that's like happens to be painted or something is worth 200 fucking keys. Like, what world? Like, why does that need to be a thing? Like, why does that economy need to exist in that way? How is that benefiting anyone? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You build these weird like values that are based on like nothing.
I mean,
except for
it benefits. If you really want to know who it benefits
Psionics.
No, it benefits the people like me that don't pay for anything
because you're getting free
because
content.
I'm getting free everything. So, or everything I'm fine with.
You would
I'm
still be
for
getting
free.
that though in this way of just...
No, I wouldn't because I'd have to buy it with real money.
No, because it's if all
No, they
the
would
shit-
make. You would make less. The company would make less money to do it.
if
the
it was
way
like
you're
this,
saying.
because you would just get what you want.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and
And so it's beneficial to me, the person who doesn't do anything, the non-whale kind
it
of person.
still just seems. I don't like it.
How do you feel about microtransactions? How do you feel about microtransactions?
I mean, I don't know. A perfect world, I feel like they just wouldn't be a thing. You would just have that content somehow. But Overwatch and Rocket League, I think, are examples of the best way to do microtransactions. I would argue that Rocket Leagues are worse than Overwatch.
Really?
Just because I don't like the fact that you can fucking see everything in the container and it rolls through, and then you just have to watch.
It is kind of.
Oh, it's a
gambling.
slot machine.
It's
Yeah.
really,
That's all manipulative.
That's just- yeah,
None of
that's
that means
just
anything.
Yeah.
The
in my
last
head,
one
though.
it lands on is the only one it was ever going to land on. That's just like a psychological.
Yeah,
thing.
all it is a.
That's what I'm saying, but it's like depressing to watch
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
I get you.
And then I also don't like that you get loot boxes that you can't open unless you purchase keys. Don't like the key thing at
See,
all.
I like that more because then I can trade those to get keys.
In Overwatch, I get loot boxes by playing. I open them. It's fun. It feels good.
Yeah.
Rocket League, I get boxes. And it's
Well,
like,
Rocket
oh
League,
fuck,
they've-
well that's a drop that could have
They've
been something else.
introduced-
introduced new
Yeah.
systems to where you can open them for free.
They have the decryptors now, but you only get a limited amount of those.
Yeah,
Right, and you have to play a
whole
shit
bunch.
ton to get
Yeah.
them.
Ah,
It costs
shit
50 of those
ton.
tokens to buy one
Yeah, you
decryptor.
get 5 a game. It's
Also,
like
it's only
30
during an
minutes.
event.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I'm not trying
You'd
to.
have to
that's
be
worse.
playing
That,
But, like,
you're
but, like,
making my argument.
What
right
he
now.
was saying is like you could, if you get, all right, so there's a new box comes out, you could trade 3 of those boxes for a key.
You could trade one of those boxes for 2 keys if you do it fast.
I know, but what I'm saying is getting the box to me feels like a slap in the face because it's like I'm never gonna buy a key. I don't really trade with people, so it's just something sitting in my. It's a
That's
drop
why the
that could have
decryptors
been
are there.
a piece of content. You know what I'm saying? It
No.
could have been something I would actually use.
I guess, yeah. But they
And the
drop
decryptors are a pain in
independently.
the ass to
I
get.
understand-
That's a dumb argument.
I understand now. The decryptor's not that hard to get if you just play the game. I'm
You have
Okay,
to play
during an
a
event.
Yeah.
you have to play
during
10
a limit.
games to get one
10
decryptor.
games
You need
is a
50
lot.
fucking tokens to buy one decryptor.
That's
10
like 10
games
games.
is like an hour
Yeah.
of playing
That is
Rocket
not-
League. Like,
That's
You're not going to play
fun.
5
This is a
hours.
stupid argument. Like,
yeah.
you have to.
You can't
do
play.
this-
You don't play the game 5 hours in a month.
Sure.
Right, then
Then
you have
that's
all
all
the
the
decryptors.
Hopefully, it's during the month that the event is going on where I can get a decryptor.
Well, you gotta play the game.
That's the fucking dumbest
Play
as bad
the
as the
game.
Overwatch thing where it's like, we have a loot box during this holiday season. You can't.
I understand what you're saying.
Like, it's dumb as fuck, and the argument you're making is even more annoying than the fact that they exist.
I don't know. I feel like the decryptors are
I
fun.
think they're fine. Yeah.
That's
I-
worse, in my
it's
opinion.
whatever.
Cheyenne, how do you feel
I-
about microtransactions?
I still think that Overwatch does them the best because you get them just by playing. You can buy them, but like I don't ever feel like I would want to or that I would need to. Like, because you get currency from just opening the loot boxes, and then you can use that currency by to get whatever skins you want. You
Right.
don't, and you can't buy the currency like with real
Wholesale.
money, so it's not like
It feels like you're always working towards something in Overwatch. Like, you're always going to win something if you don't spend money.
yeah.
Whereas
There's,
in
like,
Rocket League, it's
there's
like,
so
never
many
gonna get
things
keys.
you
I'd say
get in.
Overwatches are better on the whole
Yeah.
than Rocket Leagues.
I
I
think so
think-
too.
I think they're
But
the best example.
The benefit to Rocket League is trading because, like, I have a
That's
bunch of
true.
stuff on the PS4 that has just been given to me, mostly by you guys.
Mhm.
Never spent a dime.
Oh yeah, and Overwatch, like I don't play Zenyatta. If
Mhm.
I get a cool Zenyatta skin, I can trade you for an Ana skin who I play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They don't have that though.
Right.
So
Yep.
I don't know. They're both systems. Those systems are examples of good ones. Then
I
you
think
look at
so.
stuff like Star Wars. They're not good.
Okay.
I think they're fine.
Yeah, they're
I
fine.
think
Especially
I think they're good.
At the end of the day, it's all
Overwatch is the best, I
Doesn't fucking
would
matter.
say.
I think they're good. Because if not, then every I don't know, I don't know, like if in the games that are good. If you're just taking an example of Rocket League and Overwatch, and I'm trying to think of another game that like has good ones. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty
Not
hard.
many.
Yeah, no. But all right, so you take those two examples. Those are both multiplayer centric games who have added a bunch of additional content like maps and stuff like that that are all really cool. That's all free.
Mhm.
Look at that. Compare that to like the 360 when season passes were a thing, and like DLC like map packs were a thing and stuff like that. That not only like did I never have access to that stuff because I didn't want to pay that extra fee, but also it segmented the community in like different ways. And
Yeah.
like I feel like I don't know.
That's true.
The way microtransactions can be implemented can be a net positive thing generally.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely like Overwatch and Rocket League's case where like people buying those things like helps, that other extra content be free for other players. I think that's a good thing.
But then at the same, like I know what you're saying about like it's shitty fucking like people with gambling addictions like are paying for this.
No, it's
Like, I will
definitely-
say that I agree that these do, like, bring in enough profit for all these updates to be free for everybody, and I think that's awesome. And I have bought keys in Rocket League, like, every once in a while I'll buy, like, 5 or 10 keys, because I love the game, and I want to support Psionics. I love watching the esport, and that's where the prize money comes from, is those key sales. So I guess I don't have as much of a problem as I was letting on with loot boxes in general. I just think that as long as they're purely cosmetic, like these two examples, I'm fine with. Honestly, at the end of the day, like it's not a big deal. Because even in Rocket League, there are hundreds of items that they add that can drop after games.
All the there's the slate of Christmas items that you have to earn with the currency. Mm-hmm. Then there's the slate of Christmas items that are in the box.
Yep.
Then there's just another slate of Christmas items that you can just earn.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. My problem is with boxes in Rocket League. It's because when you get a box, for someone like me that doesn't buy keys, it's just a wasted drop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they drop separately. You can get an item and a box. It doesn't count as a drop.
Oh, see that I didn't know.
It doesn't count in the same.
Right,
items drop independently from boxes.
Oh, do they?
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, then fuck it. I guess I don't have a problem with it.
And that's just free money if you trade them. You can trade 12 of them for a key and just have a key to trade. So
I don't know, but what they're saying about loot boxes are. But then when games do them bad, they ruin a game. They can ruin a game.
You cannot have a season pass and loot boxes. Go fuck yourself.
Yep, I'm into that. Also, I think MMOs just generally are dumb. Like that, you're paying a subscription to play. It's like it costs as much as a Netflix subscription to fucking play WoW. Plus, is there there's purchasable there's microtransactions in WoW, right?
Yeah.
And you have to buy all the updates.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, dude?
And you have to
updates
buy
is
the
not
game,
the right term.
and then
Expansion? No, alright, sure.
Because there are
Hundreds of
massive
hours of
content
content.
drops.
Alright,
That's
not
true.
irregardlessly of that.
Shut the fuck up.
That's insane. If any game that came out now did that, everybody would lose their mind.
MMOs are their own animal.
Here's the
dude.
difference,
they always
though.
have
I
been.
have probably 6 months played in WoW.
I'm not saying you don't, but I'm just saying if any game, no matter how ambitious it was, came out with that kind of system, everybody would be like, fuck yourself. For real. Wait, if No Man's Sky delivered on their original promise and still did that, everybody would be like, this is bullshit. You're fucking terrible,
You're
Sean
paying
Murray.
$45 once every 2 years for these expansions.
That's true.
And you're paying $10 a month?
And 15.
Oh my god. And there's
you can buy them with in-game currency. They're just expensive.
Does anyone
it's
really...
easier to do
you have to be like
They did.
crazy to do it, right?
No. This expansion, it's way easier to do than
They're
it's ever been.
260,000 gold, Aaron.
Okay, but
Well, they were
with class
30,000
order
a while
halls, you
ago.
can farm 50,000 gold in 6 hours.
I gotta pull up the hip hop.
I guess I'm not ambitious enough to do that. But I used to be able to buy them. Used to be 30 or 40.
I'm not saying it's an easy task,
They
but it's
used to be
easier
easy.
now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
But then, and there's microtransactions on top of this. And that's all cosmetic, I hope.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Some of it's in-game services, like realm transfers, faction changes.
But not...
Nothing that's gonna make you more powerful.
It's not, you don't get a magic wand that can
No.
fucking make David disappear. Okay, good.
no.
I'm not really sure how WoW works.
You almost
not-
described the episode of South Park.
I'm gonna stand by WoW being worth the price because that game's fucking awesome, and it just is so
No other game have I gotten 12 plus years out of.
I'm just like,
Still fun.
Jesus
I
Christ.
understand.
I like
It's
it,
a lot.
but as somebody that's away from it, and hearing people complain about loot against not Star Wars is a terrible, but in Shadow of War, where they're you might have to grind an extra 10 hours. Just being wow, holy shit. Just thinking about that. I don't know.
Well,
And I was talking, because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Final Fantasy 14. And yeah, you gotta pay $15. I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
how subscription services work, man.
Yeah, but Netflix, I get 30 shows I get to watch. In Hulu, I get to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man. That show's
Wow, you
good.
get hundreds of hours of gameplay. Dude.
Yeah.
But it's the same game. I don't know. That's just, I don't know.
They're always
There's
adding
a lot
shit.
of different.
There's
I
always
don't know.
seasonal
Shit.
events.
I don't
Winterfell's happening, and I can't fucking. I need to log on your PC so I can collect my gifts.
Example, with Destiny, you get one raid per fucking content drop. Whatever you want
Destiny
to call it,
doesn't do this pricing system well either.
WoW, there's 3 to 4 major end-game encounters for every $45 expansion. So that's what your subscription
Right,
is
so
paying for.
you buy the $45 expansion, there's one raid that comes out, which is a huge hurdle for every guild. And then 4 months later, they'll have another huge raid that comes out. They'll introduce new dungeons. There are these huge content updates throughout the game's life cycle.
Yeah.
It's not just you're buying the expansion and that's it. It's there's always this big...
For 2 years, you have massive content.
It's not
drops
a
that you don't
trickle
pay
of
for.
content.
Yeah.
It's a
Alright,
dump.
That's all awesome, but there's a little bit of you have Stockholm syndrome with this game. Let's be real.
I don't think so.
No, it's the WoW's even
All right,
better.
I don't.
We both have unsubscribed because the game was shitty. At certain
WoD
points.
was shit.
Yeah.
Legion
What
is
is
awesome.
WoD?
That's the last expansion.
Oh, I thought
WoD
that was
was
a
bad
different.
too.
I thought WoW became WoD.
No,
WoD.
that's the name of one of these.
Wow.
Legion has been the at least third best expansion, in my opinion. After
I would say second best. Yeah. I
Is
give
it better
that
than Legion? WoW Legion or Legion in Mass Effect 3?
What?
more. I don't understand the joke. I do, but nah.
Which one? Pick.
The WoW Legion.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, what?
What?
That brings us to what we've been playing for the week. We're wrapping up holiday stuff. I don't want to get too much into stuff. If you can talk about Trackmania Turbo, I don't know what you guys. I just don't. If you've been playing stuff that might be in the Game of the Year stuff for next week, like save that.
Okay.
Kinda, you know what I'm saying?
I play Trackmania Turbo. It's $12. It's on sale right now. I recommend it to
Vroom,
anybody
vroom
who likes
fast?
really fast. And if you like arcade racers at all, it's fucking sick.
I played it when it was in open beta, and it was like pretty like. Is it still like you're driving on crazy tracks?
Yeah.
And then like if you fuck up like a lap, you can just instantly restart. It's like instant. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
That
awesome.
was really cool.
It's like Trials Fusion, but racing.
Yeah.
That's how people like. Yeah, it's awesome. They're speaking of arcade racers, they're rumoring that Burnout Paradise could get ported to PS4
That'd be awesome.
and Xbox One. Aaron, do you remember playing that on PC?
Yeah, it was fun.
That game's so fucking
Yeah.
good, dude. I hope it gets ported so bad.
Burnout was great. Cheyenne, you been playing anything fun?
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Still?
Yeah, dude.
Yo,
I'm like
how-
level 40 something.
Do you have a lot of friends that are playing it?
Not
No.
a lot of.
Dude, you want to talk about
Real
Stockholm
friends.
Syndrome? I feel like most Pocket Camp Animal Crossing players have some like Stockholm Syndrome for Animal Crossing because that game
You
is
just want
like,
that.
not
You want
good.
that fucking nice hit from Tom Nook. And you're like,
No, Tom Nook is like not in it. So
he's not. I thought he was like. I saw a screenshot where he didn't have a guitar.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
he, like,
that's KK Slider.
Oh, KK
But
Slider.
yeah, no, he stands up
It's
and he's
creepy. I don't like it. I
he's
do
like-
not like that at all.
It's creepy, but no, I mean, there's people, there's a Reddit community, so like I added my friend code,
Okay,
and, like
okay,
a whole
yeah,
bunch of people added me,
yeah.
so I don't like. I know one or two people like in real life that play it also, but
Uh huh.
it's there's
You're getting the
community for it.
camps. You're
It's
getting the
nice.
people frying fish
Yeah.
for you.
I'm like super into like organizing the camp. Like I didn't get Happy Home Designer, but I kind of wish I did.
Uh huh.
Like I probably wouldn't want to pay for it
At
for
this
all
point.
of that because it's like but like I'm super into that kind of like rearranging like the shit, so
Mhm.
like the furniture and clothes. Like I'm super into all of that stuff, so that's kind of why I play it.
Cool. Aaron, you been playing anything fun?
I'm playing more Rocket League
Yeah.
on the Switch. Yeah,
You got ranked gold 3.
Gold 3, Division 3
Yeah.
after my 10
So
placement
close.
matches. Yeah.
Silver 3 on PS4.
Yeah. No.
Potato Platinum's on hold. You didn't even fucking upload them.
They're uploaded. I
Oh.
was gonna start putting them in like beginning of the year.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Would
To be fair though, Drew
Carried the shit out.
Yeah, kind of carried it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple games where I did okay, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it was a carry. Especially
good-
towards the end. When
How
we
good?
were
I
playing
haven't
against full
played. I haven't
players.
played with Drew on Switch. How good is he on like compared to the people you're playing?
It's obvious that he shouldn't be playing
Yeah.
unranked.
Yeah.
Him
But-
coming in there with you as a true unranked 0 MMR player probably helped.
I mean, I've gotten better, but
Yeah.
like I started doing that shots you shouldn't miss thing. I
Yeah.
still miss the fuck out of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But I've
I
gotten
know.
way better at
Yeah.
missing them.
Right.
Like,
You're making contact with them.
like
now.
after like 6 or 7 tries, I make one of them.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
fair.
me too.
But-
I mean, that's hard.
That actually it really does help. Like I've gotten better at like reading the ball, like being where it's gonna be instead of where
Yeah.
it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Two
that's
steps
the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing is
Positioning.
Yeah, positioning.
And predicting.
I've gotten a lot
Like
better.
flying and stuff looks really cool, and like jumping off the wall and shit is all
Also,
really...
doubles is so much better than 3v3. I just don't like 3v3.
No, 3v3 is the better.
I agree.
I do not like 3v3.
Really?
I don't
Doubles
like that
is
other
too
guy.
like if you fuck like it's so much more tense. Like if you fuck up
Doubles-
positioning for
Like, the less people,
I fuck up less in doubles though. I don't know.
the less people that are there, the more like.
your rotation has to be a lot stronger.
Well, not even that. I would say it's less. Like the more people there are, the more teamwork you have to have.
That's
Whereas like in doubles, the more like free ball you can play the game, like in loosey
It's all
goosey.
about like opportunity.
Yeah, it's like if you were technically skilled, you were better at doubles, I would say. Than if you're technically skilled, it might be harder in triples for you to coordinate that and use your strength to. Because there might be a time when you get rotated back to goal when you could have scored a goal.
That's
in
true.
triples and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just my take. I love Rocket League, man.
I would agree.
I'm about to be platinum in fucking solo standard. Like I've been gold 3. I won 2 games this morning. Gold 3, div 4, and still didn't.
I'm
get
plat
ranked.
3.
I
I'm
was pissed.
almost diamond. I hate that mode though.
Oh, it's
Solo
terrible.
standard,
Yeah,
It's so
it's
bad.
terrible.
It's
It's
so salty.
just 1/3 of games end in like people like calling me like the worst.
Oh,
names in
speaking of that, so story from this morning, me and Drew were playing. So me and Drew it was a doubles ranked match. We
Mhm.
got to the end of the match. Drew had scored like 3 goals. I had 0 points across the board.
Wow.
Until the goal, it was 2. We were down by 1. I think it was like 2-3.
Okay.
So I had 0 points until the goal that put us into a
Ahead.
tie.
Yeah.
No, we tied.
Oh,
it.
tied it.
Yeah. So I had 0 points going into, or no, I had like 30 points going into overtime, and then I scored the goal that won.
Nice.
Mhm.
And as we're in the like post game, everybody's saying good game, whatever. One dude was like, "Aaron, 0 to hero."
That's funny. That's good. Good for him.
Oh,
You do get that sometimes. That's every like 15 games. Somebody is very sweet.
Really cool. I played with a guy in just casual called Very Nice, or a very kind guy. And he was very kind.
He
polite.
that would have been great if he was a piece of shit.
He could have stole my easy rolling goal, and he just flipped around and let it go. And
what a very kind guy.
Very kind.
We talked about it already. I played PUBG a bunch. The desert map is fantastic.
Yep.
I'm very excited for it. Are we gonna play it when it gets like put in the like next week?
Yeah, totally.
When it gets put in the oh my god, my butt hurts. When it gets put into normal.
Yeah. I'll be on.
All right, cool.
Totally.
I'm excited for that. But so next week we're gonna do Game of the Year stuff. I think Drew should be. Are you gonna be here next week?
Like here physically?
Not physical. Like whenever we do this.
Yeah.
You want to be a part of it next week for Game of the Year stuff? Cool.
Sweet.
So it should be all 5 of us doing it then. Maybe somebody. I don't know. And then after that, the week after, we're gonna do predictions for 2018, and that'll be fun. You can find me on Twitter at CharlesToThe. Aaron, where can everybody find you?
Aaron M. Weeks.
Yeah, you been doing anything over there? What did you were tweeting about something the other week?
Tweeting about how PUBG is stupid.
PUBG's so good, dude. It's so good. Have you ever played it like on a working place or on a working PC?
No, I haven't been able to.
You should play a game.
Part of the reason I'm so bitter about it.
You should play a game.
Play a game here, yeah.
I'm not okay. PUBG is a good game. That's not what I'm saying. It's not a bad game. It's just put together like shit.
It's so good,
and that,
dude. You know what else put together like shit? The Leaning Tower of Pisa. And people go to Italy every year to go
Italy.
to go there and look at it. I'm pretty sure it's in Italy. I was taking a shot in the dark.
No,
Cheyenne, where can everybody find you?
I'm on Twitter at Poopflowers.
You up to anything cool? You got any plans for the Christmas holidays?
Hanging out with my family.
All right.
Having ourselves a party.
We thought you were about to
sugar
sing
cookies.
Christmas song.
We're about to go to a Christmas
I was
party.
about to say, we didn't even mention that we're all going to
We're
the
all
same
going to our
Christmas thing.
Christmas
Yeah.
I didn't get the fucking
That's why we're all wearing
Santa
it.
hat memo. I have one downstairs. I totally
Go
could
get
have
it,
worn
dude.
it. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna.
Alright, whatever.
I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so much fun.
David, where can everybody find you?
My guy Dave on Twitter.
Cool.
I'm
Come
sorry
get my
about
hot political tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Roy Moore didn't get elected, right?
Barely.
Barely.
Apparently.
All right. Well, this has been the Current Gaming Podcast, episode 32, and peace.